Hey, what's good? It's Cadillaktrackz. Today's quick tip is quick tip 138. Today's quick tip is a quick tip, a recommendation to everybody about your drum kits. It's about removing duplicate samples. What I mean is that as you grow your library with samples, you'll start to have samples that are actually the same samples with different names. Producers, for some reason, they're actually taking the same snares and the same kicks and hi-hats, and they'll simply rename the kick or the snare, and they'll put it in their drum kit and they'll release it to you. And your library will start to have duplicate samples with different names, as if somebody's tried to change the name on the sample, but it's the same sample. So what I've been doing is I've actually been consolidating my drum kit. I've been telling everyone you need to consolidate your drum kits. It's not good to have a huge library and just be browsing through it every time you make a drum kit. As you make a beat every day, you should take those sounds like the kick, snare, and the hi-hat that you felt was nice, and take those and put them into a folder, and eventually your folder will start to grow and you'll have a collection of high quality samples that you've picked one by one, kick, snares, and so forth. I went ahead and I did that, and I also tuned my drum kit. And as I tune the drum kit, what it did and what it starts to do is it'll actually tune the samples. And when the samples are tuned, they're all tuned to a certain key. And you'll start to see, when I loaded that up into my machine, I started to see that I had a lot of samples in certain keys that sounded the same. And I started to go through it, and what I've discovered is you have a lot of duplicate samples. They have the same waveform, the same file length most of the time, but they're actually different names. And as your collection starts to grow, you'll come across this problem of duplicate samples. We call them recycled sounds. And it's what happens when you download. I download sounds from Reddit. Those are free drum kits. People are just taking the same sounds and recycling them over and over and over again. I've gotten to the point I don't even add new sounds into my collection, because I just have to be more strict about it, because I'm starting to see this problem. So this is a program right here. It's called SIMILARITY. There's tons of these programs. A lot of them are free. Just go in Google and go to something, search for an audio spectrum analyzer or a duplicate file finder or something like that. You want something that can actually locate files by not just the name, because like I said, they changed the name. But you want something that that'll look at the waveform, or something that'll read the size of the file, or how many megabytes it is, or the bit rate, or just things that will give away the similarities in the files. So this is a program, and it's called SIMILARITY. I'll put the link in the description. It's not that great. It can be better if you buy the full version. I'm using the trial or the free version. But it basically goes through and it finds duplicates. Some of them are dead giveaway. Some of them you have to kind of look through, and it can be real tedious. But the last thing you want is duplicate samples in your folder. So get yourself a program that will check for duplicates. Go through your drum kits and remove duplicates so that you can save time. You're not listening to the same samples with different names. I have an example right here. I just found right here. This is some open hi-hats right here. And listen to this open hi-hat. And then listen to this open hi-hat. And you can see an audio spectrum. I can see right here, I can look at the spectrum. These are the same exact file. And you can see when I tuned it, they're both B minor. So when I go through the B minor open hi-hats, it was easier to come across the duplicates because they were closer to each other, if you will. So what I'll do is I'll go ahead and I'll delete one of these. And I don't delete it from my computer. I put it in an extra folder just in case I use that sample in a beat somewhere and it needs to find it. But this is the process. You want to get some type of program that will go through your samples and remove duplicates that you might have for yourself. The last thing you want is duplicate samples inside of your folders. So this is Cadillaktrackz. This is just a recommendation. This is just one program. It's all right. I've been using it just here for a little while, and it's all right because it has a lot of different options, like I said, where I can look and I can see which ones are duplicates, and it also has the waveform. But you want something that's precise so that it'll be effective and it'll find those files quickly. So this is Cadillaktrackz. I'm just going to go ahead and end the video there. Spend some more time looking for duplicates, but I'm trying to remove all the duplicates, and you should too. So that's my quick tip today, 138. Remove duplicate samples from your libraries. They might have different names. People are trying to play you, but you need not to have that. So until next time, make sure you check out my other quick tips. Also, make sure you check out my custom MK3 template. It's a template that I have. You can use the machine to control Fruity Loops. You can do all the play, stop, record functions. I can open up all the playlists and the piano roll and the channel rack and the effects menu and all type of stuff. So check that out. Until next time, one.